Hey there and welcome back to my channel. So many of you have requested to see my empty bottle collection. For those of you who are new to my channel, I did a series of 6 videos showing all of my fragrances in my collection, and I mentioned in that, or in one of my other videos, that I have been collecting for many years now, well over a decade, and I've actually kept every bottle of perfume I've ever owned, the empty bottles. I just keep in a box, and my dream one day is to have kind of a setup where I can have shelves that show off all the bottles. So some of you asked to see these videos. I think I'll obviously have to split them up in a couple parts, but if you are interested, definitely keep watching and keep an eye out for the series. If not, no worries. I have a lot of other videos on fragrances and reviews and other types of things on my channel, so feel free to check them out. We'll start out with the first perfume bottle I've ever owned, and I talked about this one. It's AQUA. It was this random little bottle that I can't even find online anymore, that was sold at Walmart. I think I was like 8 or 9, I'm not even sure how old, but it was the first perfume that my mom bought for me and was my own bottle to myself, and it basically is like a dupe of Ralph Lauren fragrances that came out in the 90s that were super aquatic and fruity. So that's that one. Then there are no particular order. I'm gonna come across some that are duplicates. Just bear with me because there's a lot. This is Victoria's Secret's Love Me, and it had a pump, which was nice, but it did actually make it evaporate a lot quicker, and sometimes the pumps don't work. So, you know, you get some, you lose some, I suppose. But I think the best way to go through these is that I'll mention if I would purchase it again. I obviously can't purchase this. If I ever saw it somewhere, I might, just for nostalgic purposes. But this Love Me by Victoria's Secret, I would not purchase it again. From what I remember, it was just a pretty generic Victoria's Secret Pretty Floral. Then we've got Lovestruck Floral Rush by Vera Wang. And this one, it was a pretty nice bottle, a little gimmicky. I can actually still smell the perfume in this, and I really did like it. It was a fresh floral, and I probably wouldn't repurchase it again because I didn't absolutely love it. It takes a lot for me to repurchase something because there's so many new fragrances I want to try, but I did like this, and I would recommend it. Then we've got Couture by Juicy Couture. This, I think, was my first bottle of this. I already have one that I'm currently using. I did like this enough to repurchase, but I wouldn't repurchase it again. So we might come across another bottle of these. I'm not exactly sure at this point. I liked it at one point enough to get it again, but not anymore. Then one I finished on camera pretty recently, actually, Laugh With Me Lily by Benefit. This is a very old fragrance. You can't buy this again. I remember liking it the most from these martini shaker fragrances of Benefit, but I wouldn't purchase it again even if we could. Then this is just the Eau de Parfum Betsey Johnson's Betsey Johnson. I did really like this enough to repurchase it again, and I'm currently on my second bottle. I will finish that, but I'm just over it. There's nothing really wrong with it. If you haven't gotten it, it's a really nice cheapie to try out once or twice, but I wouldn't repurchase. Then we've got, this is from Lolita Lempicka, and I think it's just called Elle, but I'll put the name here, as with all of these, because I'm not exactly sure. This one I took on vacation with me to Cancun. I can't really smell it anymore, but I really did like it. It came in a set with a lipstick, a red lipstick that smelled like this perfume too. And I took both of them with me to Cancun, and it just like immediately took me back to that really great trip every time I wore it. And I wouldn't repurchase, but it was a really nice one. And it was a really beautiful set that it came in. Then Coach, I think it's just Coach Poppy. Yeah, Coach Poppy. This one I remember near the end, it got really sickening for me. Yeah, I can still smell it in this. Near the end, I was just getting so sick of this fragrance. I don't know what note it was that was just setting me off, but even smelling it now in the bottle, it doesn't bring back the best memories, honestly, and I wouldn't repurchase, but I know a lot of people liked it when it first came out. Then from the Harajuku Lovers line, this is G by Gwen Stefani. I don't really remember this one. And obviously, oh yeah, I can kind of smell it. It was a sweet, fruity fragrance. These were super gimmicky, but really, really popular when they first came out. And I think this is my only one of her Harajuku Lovers range. And yeah, it was nice. I wouldn't repurchase. They've all been discontinued, I think, anyways, but yeah, I wouldn't repurchase. A lot of these are going to be discontinued or hard to find anyways, but you'll see time and time again, I really wouldn't repurchase a lot of these, but they're nice. And the ones that I would recommend for you guys to try out if you haven't already, I'll let you know. Then Victoria's Secret Noire Tease. This one actually, it was another one of these pump puff ones, but I did really like this one. It's really, I don't know, sweet and sexy, and out of the Victoria's Secret fragrances, this did stand out to me because I had so many that I tried. And while I wouldn't repurchase any of them really, I would definitely recommend this one, and they're usually really inexpensive during their semi-annual sales. Then a fragrance I absolutely loved, I think it's just Elle by Lolita Lempicka. If you've ever gotten into Lolita Lempicka fragrances, you'll know their names are really frustrating because it's all like Elle or Lolita or Lolita Lempicka by they're just really similar. So this one is the one that comes in this kind of like heart shell bottle, and you actually spray it up here. And I really thought, as with so many other people, that it was going to be like a very spring, summery, fresh, beachy fragrance. And it's not. It's a lot deeper, richer. I actually ended up wearing this a lot more in colder weather. I remember really, really liking this. And I might actually repurchase this just to refresh my memory because it's been many, many years since I've had it. And it was a little, what is it? Like a little 30 ml. So I did really like this. Then we've got Early Harvest Raspberry, an eau de toilette by The Body Shop. This was a gift. I believe it's not one that I especially loved. It's just like a very, I don't know, kind of realistic, kind of synthetic raspberry single note fragrance. If you're really into raspberry fragrances, or if you want to layer one, I don't know how often they bring these back, but I wouldn't repurchase. Then we had Forever Midnight from Bath & Body Works. And I can still kind of smell this. This was really nice. I did really like it, actually. I also had their body gel or their body wash or something in this fragrance. It was nice. I don't think they sell this scent anymore again, but out of the fragrances I had from the Bath & Body Works, which weren't that many, I remember I enjoyed using this all the way through. So that says something, but I wouldn't repurchase. Then from Britney Spears, this was one of my first fragrances ever. Obviously not my first, but like within the first 5 or 10 for sure. Curious by Britney Spears. This one, there's no way I could smell. Oh, a little bit. I remember obviously really, really being into it, mostly because I was obsessed with Britney Spears, and this was just like a very me or girly bottle at the time. I wouldn't repurchase now, but at the time this was a fragrance that, you know, when I was really little, I was absolutely obsessed with. And I'm sure everyone's really tried it out, or most people anyways. Another Britney Spears fragrance was Fantasy by Britney Spears. Everyone really likes this. And for me, it's like, it's okay. I would definitely not repurchase. Near the end, I was really struggling to finish it up, but I will say this is one of my most complimented fragrances of all time, especially for men. And mainly like the sweeter fragrances are the ones that men tend to like on women, but this, it went above and beyond. I even did, you know, fun blind smell tests with some male friends and such, and this one time and time again. So take with that what you will if you're into that sort of thing, and if you want to try it out and you've been, I don't know, for some reason shy about trying it, definitely do. Then we've got Juicy Couture. I think it's just the original Juicy Couture. And I remember liking this one. I remember feeling like it was way different than Viva La Juicy, and honestly a little bit more mature. I liked it. It was nice to finish up. I wasn't struggling to finish it, but I wouldn't repurchase. Then I think I might have another one of these as well, but we'll just have to come to it. Naughty Alice by Vivenne Westwood. Yeah, I love it. It's a very sweet baby powdery scent. I'm already going through one, and I think I have a backup. Maybe that's it, but I've definitely had at least 3 of these, and I really, really like it. I'm pretty much set, so I wouldn't repurchase, but I do really like that fragrance. And if you like powdery, baby powdery scents, I definitely recommend. Then CK1, I had a video come up, not too sure when now, but a couple videos ago, or like my last video, in my buy or buy samples series. I talk about how I bought CK1 based on that sample. For those who don't know, it's just a fresh, citrusy, completely unisex, clean scent. I really liked it, and I still have that little sample, kind of mini version of it. I don't know if I'd repurchase now, but it's one I'd be open to if I was into getting it again. And the last one for this video is just a little Noire Tease. So I talked about it, that I did actually like it from Victoria's Secret, and this is just a little mini. I finished that as well. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.